Do you want to know what AKS Automatic is and why it's a game changer for your Kubernetes management? In this video, I'm going to break it down in simple terms and we start right now. Hi, I'm Lionel, your MCT and MVP. This video is part of our AKS compliance playlist where we delve into the best practices and latest updates for Azure Kubernetes Service. Today, I'm excited to talk about AKS Automatic, a new deployment method currently in preview. This feature can significantly simplify your workflow, especially if you're a developer who wants to focus on coding without the hassle of managing your Kubernetes clusters. Indeed, there are a ton of things that AKS Automatic handles for you. First, let's talk about node management, scaling, and cluster operations. AKS Automatic manages node pools using node auto-provisioning, which is based on the open source Carpenter project. It decides the optical VM configuration based on pending pod resource requirements to run workloads efficiently and cost-effectively. Plus, it enables other features for workload scaling like horizontal pod autoscaler, Kubernetes event-driven autoscaling, also known as KEDA, and vertical pod autoscaler. So it basically scales your cluster based on your needs. So that's pretty cool. Just one important thing to note, you can only have Azure Linux nodes, so no Windows nodes here. AKS Automatic has other interesting features like automatic node repair, if a node appears not ready, and you can have automatic cluster upgrades enabled. This means your clusters stay up to date with the latest features and patches from AKS and upstream Kubernetes. And if you need to, you can set a planned maintenance schedule for upgrades. But what about security? How can I access my cluster or let my cluster access my services? Well, AKS Automatic uses Azure Role-Based Access Control, RBAC, to manage access. Also, applications can securely connect to Azure services using Microsoft Entra Workload ID. In the previous video, we talked about deployment safeguards that enforce Kubernetes best practices through Azure policy controls. This is enabled by default, and AKS Automatic also includes a built-in image cleaner that removes unused images with vulnerabilities. So as you can see, security is also managed by AKS Automatic. Moving on to the last topic, networking. We have previously discussed the differences between Kubernetes and Azure CNI in another video. Here, AKS Automatic clusters use another CNI that's perfect for scaling, called Azure CNI Overlay with Cilium for high performance, networking, and robust security. Ingress is handled by a managed Nginx using the application routing add-on, which integrates seamlessly with Azure DNS and Azure Key Vault. For egress, a managed NAT gateway is used for scalable outbound connections. So even the network is managed by AKS Automatic and you won't have to struggle to publish your applications. So just to summarize, AKS Automatic will manage your nodes with upgrades and scaling, scale your pods, apply best practices for security, and take care of networking. Now let's see how to deploy an AKS Automatic cluster. I will provide a link to the documentation in the video description if you are interested. First, we need to install the AKS Preview extension with the AZ extension add command. Then, update to the latest version of the extension released with AZ extension update. To use AKS Automatic in preview, you must register feature flags for other required features, so we'll use the AZ feature register command for this. Check the registration status by using the AZ feature show command. It takes a few minutes for the status to show as registered. When the status shows register for all our features, refresh the registration of the Microsoft.Container Service Resource Provider by using the AZ provider register command. Okay, now we can deploy our AKS cluster from the portal. Just a heads up, I had to request a quota increase on a specific instance type to complete this process. To create an AKS Automatic cluster, search for Kubernetes services in the marketplace and select it from the drop-down options. Fill in all the necessary fields. On the monitoring tab, we can choose which configuration to use with Azure Monitor, Prometheus, and Grafana. I will set up a Prometheus and Grafana for my test. Click on Create and wait for the deployment to finish. Now we can connect to the cluster with the AKS Get Credentials command. Let's check that everything is working by displaying the different nodes in our cluster. We can also see that we have multiple pods in the kube system namespaces, all the auto-scaling pods like KEDA and network components like Cilium. To go further, I will now deploy a demo application. I start by creating a namespace and then deploy a demo application. I check that everything has been correctly provisioned. Then I check for a public IP address from the storefront application with a kubectl get ingress command. Our application is now available on the following IP. Let's try this in our browser. It works. Now, if we go to the Services and Ingresses menu, we can see that there is an external IP for Nginx. We have our ingress object that will route through Nginx the traffic to our app. Finally, if we go back to our resource group and click on Grafana, we will be able to see our Grafana dashboard and get observability. We really had everything created for us so quickly, and we can scale without any management. Now we are ready to focus on deploying our applications. In the next video, we'll see how to leverage automated deployments for AKS feature. That will help us to quickly create an automatic pipeline for your code releases to your AKS cluster. If you're interested in learning other ways to deploy application on your cluster, check out my dedicated video where I give you 2 ways to do it. You can find the links in the next screen or directly in the description below. Thank you for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey, thank you so much for dropping by my channel today. Here are some other videos that may interest you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to be informed of the weekly updates. Let's keep growing a fantastic learning community together. My goal is to assist as many people as possible on their cloud and DevOps learning journey. That's it, take care and see you next time.